Hello, everybody. So today is the 28th of February, the last day of the month. And today's just a casual day today. Uh, I did a video this morning and I recorded it on my cell phone and it was going to take like 2 hours to upload. It was like 26 minutes long. I guess that's what happened. So I decided I'm going to go on and do a live and rant on taking care of your soul. So today's the last day of February and tomorrow starts March. I don't know, maybe crazy shit might happen in March, who knows. But you know that I do emotion code clearing and I love my tuning forks and things like that. And one of the processes that happens when you do clear your emotions is that it's like opening a box, like a Pandora box, right? That has a lock on it, you know? And then when you do the emotion code, when I start clearing my emotions, these are the things that start to happen. And it is totally natural and it should happen. I mean, sometimes if the emotion is not it hasn't been stuffed down too far, then when it starts to clear, it clears a little easier. But apparently this emotion I've been stuffing for a while and haven't really been I didn't want to pay attention to it, but as I was clearing some deep seated emotions in me, I I guess certain things started to unleash and come out to the surface, and that's part of the healing. No matter if you start to uh, get angry or pissed off or want to swear or anything like that, those things are fine. They were always telling us, oh, don't swear and stuff like that. It's like, you know what, that is suppressing your feelings. So if you want to swear, go ahead and swear, but know that it's just an emotional release. you know it's just words needing to be expressed, and allowing it to be expressed and felt and let it go. So that is what I'm going through today, is opening that locked Pandora box and letting all the trapped emotions and feelings and thoughts and words and whatever, letting it all come out. And the thing for me today, what triggered it was I heard a story about what's going on in the public schools over here in Hawaii, and it just really, really upset me. And I thought, how come nobody's doing anything about it? You know, why? What is going on here? And the reason why I headed up this video with, protecting your soul, that is the main reason why I get upset, is because we're not protecting ourselves, we're not protecting our children, and we're being uh, suppressed, we're being made fun of, like make you feel guilty. Oh, you're not supposed to say that, or they're right and you're wrong. And I mean, how come we both can't be wrong? How come you know It's okay for you to have your opinion, and it's okay for me to have my opinion. Why is that so hard? You know? But when you have teachers pushing an agenda in a public school for the public that funds the school, and the parents, it's like they don't have a voice, or they're afraid to talk because they think, oh, the teacher is smarter, or the superintendent, or whatever. You know what? That's bullshit. Okay? Because a few years ago, Lahaina Luna had this new principal that came in and started, you know, pushing her weight around, this one lady, right? And it took maybe 2 years or whatever to finally get her out because she was a tyrant. Okay? So there is ways, you need to empower yourself as other teachers can stand up against these, I don't even want to use the word, but you know what I mean, right? Do you? Anyway, so that's why I came on, is because, we got to protect ourselves from other people imposing their ideas or feelings upon us. Okay. And that other video that I did, I don't even know if I have to figure out how to upload it from my cell phone to my computer, and then I'll post it. But I probably won't post it on YouTube. I'll probably post it on Rumble. And because I was pretty upset making that video, but actually I feel pretty good now because I got all that stuff out. And sometimes we got to do that, sometimes we got to do that. Sometimes you got to get those feelings out and put it out in the public. And, I locked myself up in the house for way too long, and, trying to find myself and trying to find my voice and who I am, and all of these things. And it's a tough journey, but what I've learned, taking care of myself, taking care of my soul, my mind, my body, my energy, and is a process. It's something that takes time. And there's ways to accelerate it through alternative ways and alternative healings. And in that process, you got to protect yourself from outside sources so that you can start to form your own ideas, your own thoughts, connect with how you feel, have a connection with God, pray, ask for guidance, ask for a sign that they hear you. I did all those things. I grew up as a Catholic, and I learned how to play music when I was 9 years old at a Catholic school. And we learned a lot of cool things, besides reading, writing, arithmetic. Um, we had every year we had a play, right? Christmas time, and like each class would do a play. And then there were times when the firemen would come to the school, and they had puppets, you know. And of course, because you're a Catholic, you go to church, right? So I learned how to play the guitar. My Uncle Moon donated guitars to the school. And that's how I learned how to play the guitar at 9 years old. And I think that's the year that I flunked third grade, right? Because you're about third grade when you're 9 years old. And I flunked school because of math. I guess I wasn't good in adding because 1 plus 2 is 4. No, I know what it is. 1 plus 2 is whatever you want it to be. Anyway, so yeah, learning having boundaries, learning what your boundaries are. uh it's okay to walk away from things that you don't like. It's okay to say, like, yeah, I don't know if I really believe that. And the hard part is when you get these university students who, not all of them, okay, I'm not talking about all of them, but a lot of them are being indoctrinated with the communist idea. And uh, the indoctrination of school has been going on for a very, very long time. Um, Even in Hawaii, you know, uh, when the America forcefully took this place. Well, I shouldn't say forcefully, but they lie, steal, and cheat the government, the cabal, um, and changed things here. And maybe some people might say the change is for good, and maybe so, but we'll never know, right? Because this is the timeline we live on. Is that you know um, Hawaii is a so-called state, but we're not physically connected to America, so therefore they don't have jurisdiction over us. But because we're in the middle of the Pacific, it's a good place uh, for the warmongers to be, right? Now, I'm not saying everybody's bad in America or United States. There's just people that are involved pushing an agenda. And we just happen to be living in this time. Whether these things be revealed, which I really hope it does, um, when the truth all comes out, then that'll be a good day. It'll be a mind blowing day. There'll be some things that I probably don't even know. But I hope that is part of this game, part of the show. At least that's what they've been talking about. So, like I said, the Pandora box is open. All my suppressions, well, not all, some of them are rising up. And this is the process that you go through. And you don't have to be ashamed, you don't have to be afraid of the feelings that come up. The feelings that come up need to come up. They need to rise up. They need to have a voice because I've suppressed it for so long, and and now is the time that I have to allow it to rise up so that it can be healed. You know, that's how it's healed. It's healed from coming up to the light, coming out of the hidden treasure chest, and come up to the light to be healed. So sometimes sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's mental, and most times it's emotional. So it's varying in degrees of the process of healing. So when releasing trapped emotions or doing any attunements or anything like that, there's going to be a house cleaning. You got to clean the house. The house is going to be cleaned. And the house gets messy before it's all clean. And once it's clean, it looks pretty nice, right? I think we all can say yes to that. So please, it's okay to have boundaries, and it's okay to say no, as long as you're taking care of yourself and mama bears, your children, the keiki oka aina, because they're the future. They are. Even though how frustrated we are, we gotta love them. We gotta. Because so many people that I help, even myself, is because of childhood trauma. It's because of the childhood trauma that they went through. A lot of times our parents are not aware of these things because that's what they know. It's not their fault. It's the way that they were brought up, it's the way that what they know at that time, you know. But now that everything is changing, everything is evolving, people are learning, um, new things are coming up on how to deal with life. And this is never ending. you know things are not perfect right now. We live in a duality world. you know there's a right and there's a wrong, there's a light and there's dark. Without each other, without the light there'd be no dark, without the dark there'd be no light, without hate there would be no love. So when people say this is a learning planet, it is, because you learn to know what your values are. You learn the things that you like in life. You learn how it feels good. You learn how it not feel good. The things that don't feel good. You learn, like, you get to experience all these things in your life, you know, and mold yourself accordingly. Then you have people who think like you, who have the same uh, beliefs as you, and you're compatible with them. You know, there's the good and there's the bad. You know, there's creation, there's destruction. That's what we live in. We live in the duality. We live in the dual world, and that's the way it is. And the sooner we accept it, the better, because another person has an opinion and you have an opinion, and you're both right. But you have to agree to disagree, you know? So the things that are make you happy are the things that make you feel good, is for you. It's for me. I have a Buddha here, and it's not that I'm a Buddhist, it's because at that time I just love art. I just loved, like, all these art things. I have several of them all over my house. Does that make me a Buddhist? No. I just love. I just love the way it makes me feel. I love the way it makes me feel. That's why I have that. Why do I have this color? Because I love the way it makes me feel. I love blue. I love white. I love shells, you know? And the same for you. What do you love? What makes you feel like singing? Like, oh man, that is so beautiful, right? Or I really love that ocean, the way the ocean looks, the way the waves move and the wind blows and the waves crash and you know, I just love that. You know, the way I feel when I walk on the beach or the way I feel when I stand in the sun and like, oh, that feels so good. All those things. That is how you start to discover you, you know, when you can talk to God. Several years ago, I pray before I go to bed. And, I'd be talking to God and I was confused, like, okay, God, do you have a name? Like, what do I call you? And the thought came to my mind is you can call him Father, like, Father. Like, okay, you know. So then I had like Mary come in, the Virgin Mary, and or Mother Mary, and I would pray to her, you know, and it all depends on your heart's intention. God knows the intention of your heart. Okay, people can say whatever they say, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is your own intention. What do you feel? It's your relationship with God. It's not their relationship. I'm telling you, oh, this is how it is when you blah, blah, have a relationship with God. No. Your relationship with the God of the universe, the creator, the divine one that holds everything together, that is yours and theirs. It's like a husband and a wife, right? They're married. They're they're the relationship is between them. People get involved, blah blah blah, but it's still between them. It's like your relationship with God is your personal relationship. In Christianity, people like, oh, I'm going to save you, and you got to accept Jesus Christ in your heart. Now, some people think it's bad. I thought it was good back in the day. Then I thought it was bad. And now I start to realize that relationship without the dogma is the truth, is your personal relationship is what matters. When I connect and do the emotion code, I am connecting with the source, with the creator, with God. And that information I get with my subconscious mind. See, our human physical body is more than what they tell us it is. Okay. It is, we have a spiritual body, which is like our energy body. And the energy body can go pretty far out. Some say 6 feet, some say 12 feet. I really don't know how far it can go, the energy body, but maybe it goes even further than that. Okay. Because when you pray for somebody or when you curse somebody, it works, right? When you protect yourself, the curses can bounce back. And I always like to say, return to sender, okay? Or mirror, you know? Anybody who want to curse me, just send a mirror and or return to sender, because that's what you want, right? Because what they're projecting on you is their own feelings, their own thoughts, their own experience in their life that they don't agree with, and they're cursing you because of their own experience. It's not because of your experience. So that's why I put the mirror up or I send them love. It's so much nicer when you send them love. It is. And it makes me feel good. It's like the boomerang, right? Boomerang, boomerang. Yeah. That could be connected to like karma. But I like to say boomerang because it's more fun. Anyway, so that's what I'm talking about or posting about, taking care, protecting your soul, taking care of your beautiful soul is having boundaries and loving yourself at every single moment. When you fall down, when you get mad at yourself, then maybe you remember, oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. It's one of the hardest things because they never teach us that. They always teach us, oh, how to be better instead of how to be you. They can't teach us that because we got to find that out on ourselves. Got to find that out for ourselves. Nobody can teach you how to be you. You have to go dig and find out who you are. Ask God to show you who you are. And you got to listen. Got to listen. Got to turn off that TV. Turn off the cell phone. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Put some nice meditative, quiet music on. No words, just the instrumental. You can even use that. They have videos on YouTube, like for meditation, or like the 528 hertz or something like that. Or you can just sit on your couch, kick your feet up, and just be with yourself. Have a relationship with yourself. Allow the thoughts that go on in your mind, what you're thinking, allow those things to rise up and listen to them. Write them down. You can journal it. Journal your frustration. I remember finding one of my old journals. I don't know, man. I think it was like in the 90s. And I thought, wow, that's pretty smart. So it's good to do some journaling and, keep them. And later on, you're like, wow, I forgot. Like you forget how smart like I forgot how smart I was. because we get so beat up by this world and what other people think about us because we don't have time to think about ourselves. That's why you got to take the time for yourself so that you can find out what do you want? How do you feel? And love yourself. Be kind to yourself. I know it's not easy. I mean, I'm like 62 years old and I'm just discovering a lot of these things, you know? And when you're young, you're having fun, you're doing all these things. That's what I did when I was younger. I did a lot of things, you know? In my 30s, I drove from Las Vegas to Phoenix by myself. By myself. And I drove back because one of my girlfriends, well, two of my girlfriends, one lived in Vegas and the other one lived in Phoenix. So I went over there. I tell my daughter, get out. Anyways, I know I'm ranting, so this is me. It's raining outside, nice and cool. But today's a good day to reflect, to have gratitude, to be thankful, to let go and let God. But don't forget that God is inside of you. He's in every atom in our being. Yeah. One day I'll explain um, what I've learned about the human body. I'm still soaking in some information that I just found yesterday. One of my well, I shouldn't say one, but I had this thought about dyeing my hair, like going gray, because I'm getting old and I dye my hair. And I thought, oh man, I wonder how it would look like with like white hair. And then I was watching this video with this lady with white hair, and I thought, man, she's awesome. So, anyways, I know I'm ranting. I hope you find some gems in this video and take it to heart. That's up to you. You can take the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. So everybody has a choice. And all I can say is follow your heart. When you stumble and you fall, it's okay. You can roll in the mud and still be happy. Enjoy the moment. All right. So much love to all of you. And may the blessings of God, of love, be bestowed upon you.